Order. If you would, join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Is Pastor Cook missing out? Would you do the invocation for us, Ms. Marquita?
Sure. Our Father God in heaven, we come to you on this day to say thank you for allowing us another opportunity to wake up, to operate, to have jobs, to have the activity of our limbs, to have our families, and to have an opportunity to service our community. We say a special prayer upon each person that's represented here and those who were not able to make it. We say a special prayer for the sick and the shut-in. These and many blessings we ask in thy Son, Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. All right, Bill, you call the roll, please.
I know I already messed up the roll call from last one. I just left it like it was.
That's all right. I like it when you mess up every once in a while. We can call you out down there.
All right. I go on with it. Okay, Tammy Porter. Yeah. Ultimate Lady Tammy Porter. Ultimate Leon McNeil. Ultimate Shane Lance.
Here.
Ultimate Lady Judy Jones Coleman.
Present.
Ultimate Mustard Johnson. Present. All your ultimates.
All right, thank you. I'd like to make a couple announcements before we get started here. Number one, I'd just like to say tonight's the opening of the county fair. I believe it's 159 years. That's at 6 o'clock. If we make it out of here by 6, I'm planning on being there. And number two is, board, I had everything set up tonight, everything but putting it on the agenda for our update from TLM, Mr. Jake, that he was here last time and we set him. So I had everything set up but putting him on here. So we'd like to have a motion to accept the update from TLM.
Also move.
Second.
Got a second? Okay. Any more discussion, board, on that issue? If not, those, I'll say, excuse me.
Where you want to put him at, man?
We're gonna put him, let's put him at 4.
At the 4.
Yeah, let's put him at 4. We move the citizen comments down. All in agreement with such motion, do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. All right, Mr. Jake, you're on there. And so, at this time, on our old business, do we have a motion to approve the August 12th, 24 regular call board meeting? And Alderman Lynch, I'll have that wording changed on that, and this won't reflect, shouldn't reflect that it was a location on discussion we had at the wrong location.
Continue to bypass.
So now, do we have a motion to approve the August 12th, 2024 regular call board meeting?
So move.
You have a second?
Second.
All right.
With the correction, correct?
That's right.
Okay.
Alderman Lynch does a second, but with correction. We've got it, Ms. Marquita, it's gonna be that right there. It's gonna be Sherry Carroll, not 45, so.
Okay, that's public hearing minutes.
Yes.
Which
Yes,
is different from the regular board meeting.
Yeah, that's right. And, yeah, we just changed that, because that'll be in the record. And, that'll be in the record. And so, if there's no more discussions, those in favor of such a motion, do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. Good. First, on our new business here, is our police chief update.
We got to do these minutes.
And,
You don't approve public hearing, they're for information only.
And-
So we'll
and,
make
So we
the
were approving
correction.
these.
I had talked to Alderman McNeil earlier last week, and I asked him if he could help me out on getting an update. I don't get much of an update, so I asked him to call Dana Dean. So Alderman McNeil, have you got something you want to share with us?
Mayor Board of Aldermen, ladies and gentlemen of the board, I did talk to Dana Dean twice, and I did inform the mayor on what he said. The 26th was a deadline for the 3 applicants that were put in that they supposed to screen and give us 3. Mayor, at that point, he told me, said that they were still coming in, and that what he was gonna do was close it out today, and I talked back with him, he was closing it out today, and he would give us a report on the top 3 officers by, our next board meeting in September. And I did inform the mayor of this, and I did, pass it on out to the board to inform them as well. So Dana Dean will have 3 applicants for us, the, September meeting, Mayor.
Okay, good, because after I called Alderman McNeil last week, and I said, Alderman McNeil, this ain't gonna work out, we got a board meeting on the 26th, and the deadline was the 26th, and I asked him to call Dana Dean, and sort of get us going again, so, that's basically it on the update, unless y'all have some questions. I don't really have much answers. I did talk to Dana. I let him know, I said, it's gonna be hard to get the board through for Monday night when the deadline for the application system is tonight. So, I believe our next board meeting may be the 9th or 10th or something there, so I think
September 9th.
he should have something for us by then. So, boy, that was more of an update for y'all. If you have questions on that, y'all can call Dana. And, I heard that they had about 80, so that's, so anyway, board, I didn't make a motion or anything on that, I just did an update on for y'all. Up next is this time we have a motion to
One
approve.
thing, Mayor, I would like to say, I would say to the board and everything, I thank you for informing me, to get with Dana Dean, in order for this board to know what was going on. So I
Yes,
do
sir.
like to thank you for that.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate that.
Yes, sir. Because, you know, Dana's working this, and I don't even think Dana's our rep anymore, and he's staying with us until we get through this, at least this function. So, yes, sir. So at this time, do we have a motion to approve the police department resignating police officer Laura Kano?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? If not, those in favor of such motion do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. Thank you. Up next is, let me do this motion first. Mr. Leon will be calling me out here in a minute. Do we have a motion to approve a rabies control recommendation to hire one young lady, Cassandra Snyder? Do we have such motion?
So moved.
I second.
Got a second? Now, in discussion, board?
Mayor, I would recommend to the board, I did get a call concerning her at that time. I was out of town at the time when they were doing that, so that's on me when they done it, but that's okay. I did talk to Mr. Reed, and I did talk to, Ms. Julian Coleman, and she went through everything, and they said she was, then you brought in part-time to see what she worked, so, the supervisor there gave her a highly recommendation that she fits right on in with everybody when it comes to animals, so my recommendation is just on her.
Okay. Ms. Julie, you was there, with
Yes.
Mr. Reed and Riley, and so.
She came in, she answered all of her questions, and then she asked us questions. She's worked with animals, she's worked as an animal trainer for many years. She's got the most compassion of anything, and it's just like me and Riley told her, and Willie. You get the dogs in, but she's gotta be able to speak to the public to get them out. I have no issues feeling of her going to do an adoption thing at anywhere out or anything like that. She's very compassionate and she loves animals, and I just asked for y'all to give her a chance.
I'm assuming you're Miss Snyder?
I am.
Yes.
Okay.
I just met her
That's just
myself.
a secret.
Now, she's been part-time with us?
Mhm.
Okay.
Has it been a week?
She came in 3 days last week.
Week.
She had some things already
Yeah.
in place, but she came in and she hit the ground running. Anything I told her, I mean, honestly, she picked up that hose and cleaned and scrubbed just
Yeah,
like I did. I mean, she acts like she's worked here for years, so.
And
I
she's
mean,
worked at a pet store, she was an animal trainer there, she does have pets, she does have monkeys, she's got all kinds of
What?
animals. She's got, a little pet, she's got 2 pet monkeys, she has, pit bulls, she's got all kinds of creatures, she's,
Do you know anything about construction?
yes, she probably will after this, she does, honestly.
I waited until we got past the part-time thing to
Yeah.
introduce her to that, so congratulations.
Hey, I just remodeled a house.
We are,
Yeah, well,
we are on the backside, we're still working on that. And,
Alderman McNeil just wants to know if you like cats.
yeah.
Yeah,
So board, I think she'll make us a good one.
yeah.
And so at this
And
time,
Riley's gave her good reports.
any more discussion, board?
Question?
Question been called. If no more discussion, those in favor of the motion to hire Miss Cassandra Snyder as our new rabies control officer, do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. Welcome.
Welcome, Cassandra.
Hope things work
She's
out for you.
assistant to Riley, right?
Yeah, she's assistant to Riley. Y'all gonna work that out on timing, at night and stuff like that. And, y'all, she can help you. Alderman Lynch sent me some plans on some stuff that's really cool there in Florida, and we are working on, we're still working on the
Shelter.
shelter there, so, Ms. Riley's working really hard on that as well.
Now I have a little help. on
Yeah,
the
that's
side.
right.
We got
All right.
$250,000 for your work.
There you go. And we got some ideas too. So, at this time, board, we're gonna get back on number 4 here. Do we have a motion to accept, Mr. Jake, Rogers here? Winters, I got too many Jakes. Jake Winters from TLM to give us this update. So we don't have to have a motion unless y'all want one. Jake, would you just, talk to the board and tell them where you're at with it? I know what, there's some people in that community, that was hoping that we get something going.
Absolutely. So, last meeting, you all had asked for an update on the drainage project on Maple Street. Basically, what I did is, originally, I think Mayor and I talked a while ago, kind of scaled that project down to what it would look like with $250,000. And so I've kind of got a rough sketch, aerial, just showing that the project limits along Maple Street. This street essentially goes from Westview Cove west to 5th Street, both sides of Maple. And that consists of replacing driveway culverts, cleaning out the ditches, and in conjunction with that, you have to replace the drives. And if there's any pavement in the street that has to be repaired because of culverts or anything like that, drainage structures, that would all be encompassed into that. So we got a couple copies here of what our breakdown, what our estimate looks like. If y'all like to look through that.
Board, if he don't have enough handouts or whatever, we'll get y'all.
I've
Me and
got,
Monty can share.
so I've got 5 here. So.
Right, well,
Me and Monty can share, I don't care.
now, Jake, will you explain to what I asked you about earlier about that depth, how deep, when you go down through there?
Right, so one of the things that we will need is a survey just for property lines to make sure that we're working within the city right of way. If there's a need, so one of those items you can see is the design. So if we get survey and that comes back and the right of way line is a little closer to the road than what we maybe originally thought.
Right.
We may need some easements, some drainage easements. So that would be included in that as far as getting the title searches done and the easements drawn up and all of that as well. As far as the depth requirements you were asking about, it varies, right? So we have to have a survey to tell us how can we actually get this water out and to go under, I think it's Dement's yard there, Delta's yard there. Most of that drainage is underneath, I think the majority of that through a 48-inch culvert. So that kind of dictates what we can do. It's not really feasible to replace that entire pipe or anything like that under their yard. So that's kind of what we're working with. So without having information, a survey is required basically.
So you really, Jake, on the survey be number 1 instead of number 19, wouldn't it be?
Yes, I mean, that's the first step, right? So I just kind of break it out into hard costs as far as what the construction items actually are, and then we'll say soft costs, our design fee, survey, and then inspection on the construction side to make sure they're doing what we ask them to do as part of that. And that includes bidding the project out and everything as well.
Do you have a copy of that plan?
Yeah, we can take a look at it. This isn't anything like super in-depth, it just basically shows that the project area that we're working in.
Tonight on this, Jay, are you asking the board to accept something, or?
I do have a proposal, if y'all would like to review that. It doesn't have to be, if y'all would like to review that a little bit more in depth, I don't want to put any pressure on the decision, but it's whatever y'all would like to do. So this is essentially most of your water's draining through that area, so.
You gonna go all the way up to, y'all will go up all the way up
Right.
to there?
Yeah, so part of this is like the limits of the survey
here.
that we will need.
Okay.
Because this right in here is the hold, if y'all been down there, that's
Yeah,
the hold
that's
off
a
right there,
problem right there.
right there.
Let's dig that.
Uh-huh,
Okay, so.
yeah,
So
you know,
y'all
it comes
gonna
out
go
right here.
Fifth.
Westview
To Griffith and cut off right there, because we had some work did right there.
That's right.
We did a lot of work in that area.
I was down there the other day and there was a ditch cleaned out there for some reason. Somebody must have got that done. But this is that spot, goes behind Miss Lily's house, Lily V's house, all that water back up in here. It all runs over, and when it gets over here, it tries to go under the Dement parking lot. You see, it's a big one that comes out over here. Right there's a holdup. It just won't drain. It just keeps sort of pushing back.
Because that little bit of old church is right there too.
Oh,
I don't
it
know what they
is.
call it, little church.
Yeah.
And what about this area down here up to Sixth Street? Is there any problems in there you see?
I mean, yeah, so originally we had all the way to Sixth Street, all the way to was this West Side?
What's that?
And then, I think, I forget, is it Etheridge or one of these streets up here? So originally we were doing this entire block, but essentially we're just, with the money that we have, shrinking this down to essentially we're working from here back up. And, if we can include a little bit more in our design, but this is what we think, can be covered by the
But
$250,000.
we know for a fact this is one of the main problems we got right there.
Right.
That's a big problem. That's killing us right there. This come up before about D-Net, Sunday D-Net and over there. That area right there.
Right.
So,
But you don't want to fix that and cause somewhere else to have a problem. That's what I was thinking.
Right, so I mean,
Essential
most
picture.
of the, if you're cleaning this area out and you're
Ditches.
allowing water to get out of here faster, most of your issues would end up actually being down here, probably downstream. So there's a possibility of that, but I think given the amount of water and the size of the drainage area, it's probably not going to affect downstream. And we'll run all these calculations and kind of confirm all that, but that's,
Something down here keeps pushing this water. Well, you see it right there.
it kind of comes along the backside of the property
There's that
lines.
fence line, and behind Miss Lily, you can see water, you can see there, and it keeps pushing this back over here, because this won't let it drain. And when this all starts backing up, it pushes it right back there, and it finds its way, it does find a way, see it right there where it comes around there?
And that-
But it just
yeah,
floods
this-
all out in there.
This was originally in the scope of the project, but if you look, I guess we'll say the best bang for your buck here, you're talking about getting drainage easements all along the backside of these properties, which, that could get expensive and take quite a bit of time. That's one of the reasons why we kind of stuck with what's in the
but
right
if
of
you
way.
can get this right here and get those covers all the same size, except them homemade covers, and get them ditches there, that's gonna take the ease off this right here.
It's gonna move the water faster.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this right here got a way to drain down to your drain system down here.
And if you're working out and you want to ever add another phase to this, and at least you have I'll say the bottleneck,
Yeah, because the bottleneck's there.
Long term, I think this is kind of what we're getting at, really what needs to be done is some type of detention further up in the drainage basin to reduce the overall amount of flow that's going through here. But for right now, we just need to open everything up and allow it to properly. Yeah, y'all can keep this. This is.
Okay, we can make some copies, y'all. Retention,
Oh, excuse me, Ms. Marqueta.
Almost every bit of this drainage down here needs a retention pond. You know, they did that in Dyersburg.
There you go, yeah.
They was having terrible trouble in Dyersburg. And I talked to one of the aldermen up there, and they said retention ponds was it. And after they did that, it really helped a lot, because this water needs to pool up somewhere before it gets back in. And you could put a retention right here, and it would it really got two ways for that. Here's back behind Miss Lily V's, and it comes around that curve, and then it bumps in here. And all this is supposed to be draining that way. So.
Is this is a city-owned lot here? Is that correct?
I don't know, I know Sunny D meant right off in that
Yeah,
area.
I
West
think
Boys took it over.
That's the one behind it.
Okay, I thought
It
there
is,
might have
it
been.
is. Miss Beard,
Yeah,
that's
that's
city
right.
owned. Yeah, that's city owned.
Now this right here is swampy.
Right.
Yeah, that's that swamp.
Swamp right there.
And that's a possibility, I mean, as far as.
A
if-
retention pond would
putting
be
it-
awesome right there. It's already wet. It's wet
Stay
almost all
wet,
year
yeah,
round.
Stay wet, you know?
Yeah, I think when we looked at that previously, that was something that kind of stuck out to us as something the city already owns. And
That's right.
it would be better if it were further up in the drainage, but you kind of have to work with what you've got.
The one thing we do know, if you cover that area right there and get behind that right there with the bottles, cover that right
Right
there,
there.
that's gonna take that water off the rest of them neighbors
Yeah.
down there, cause it'll be able to drain straight down.
Yeah.
So, hey, that's a start. It's better than
Well,
what we got.
and if you look down here further into drainage, I mean, if this gets out of its banks, I mean, there's not a lot right there that it's gonna do damage. If this gets out of its banks, it's, you know.
Yeah, it's gonna.
I'm good.
So.
It's better than nothing.
All right,
And let them take a picture for you, put it in that paper.
Yeah, exactly.
report on this,
Take one of these.
Yeah, see that for you.
on this proposal here, we need to look, Jake, we need to look at, what you got there about the board, voting to accept us moving forward with this.
What do you
What's the
need?
timeline on it? What would be the timeline, you know? If we waited the next board meeting, you still think you could make it work out? That way we can give everybody a
And you have
chance.
to have it done by, you have to have them to construction by January?
Yes, yes, that's right. You know, I think the ARP money, just so we have it, allocated and the board voted on it, by December, I think we're good. And then,
Yeah.
they okay with you, not having it spent, just allocated.
Right.
And there's
Your next
another
board meeting is the 8th or 9th?
ninth, I think it's the
September
ninth.
9th.
Yeah, I think that would be fine. Typically, one of the holdups right now is actually getting survey out there, so that's another 4 to 6 weeks for the field work to be done. And then the biggest variable is if there's any drainage easements that we need to acquire prior to all that. That could take a little bit of time with the title searches and all that.
Okay.
So,
Okay, Jake, but what do we need to do tonight? For you to get-
I mean, I
put it
have
in
a
place?
proposal, if y'all would, I hate to put you on the spot to review it and approve it right now.
No, we need to prove it.
Okay, I mean,
I'd rather review it before I approved it.
No, we've
I
been
mean-
paying just too long. We need to go and approve this, let them get started.
Let's just look at it.
We've been fighting this so long, all year long, man.
2 weeks is
We
not
need
gonna
to,
make a difference.
I mean, just vote on it so we can go and get started on it.
Well, and that's, I mean,
Putting
if,
it off, putting it off, putting it
if-
off.
on our end, I mean, we know,
I don't
we
know
can go
what
ahead and
to
get
vote
this stuff started.
You know what you're voting on.
Without.
No, no, I haven't seen the proposal. Have you?
I'm gonna ask for a vote on it. We've been.
Do you have a written
I
proposal?
do, yes, I'd
Okay.
like to review it.
We've been dealing with this all year long.
I'd like to see a written proposal. No offense to anybody, but
No offense, I'll take it, Alderman Grant.
is there one for everybody, or?
No, sir. It was made out to the mayor. This was originally a couple years ago.
Oh. And board, we can make copies.
This was a year ago, what now?
We had discussed this project quite a while, so
Oh,
this has
yeah.
been, revised.
That's what I was saying to the board. We've been beating this horse to death in the last year or
We
so.
have.
Right.
About the same thing over and over and over.
We
We
beat
got
it.
$250,000.
We
We
used
got
to be up to
$250,000.
All the way down to
And
Westview.
for them, y'all to get started, I'm willing for the board to take a vote to let's go and get started, 'cause we've been dealing with this too long.
Right. Yeah, just whatever.
No disrespect, I understand
that's
how he
fine.
feels, you know
Yeah.
what I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
I would love for y'all if you
My
would
fellow
like.
Alderman, I ain't got a problem with that, he got a right to his opinion.
Somebody's
Yeah.
wanted to make a motion for
Yeah.
and vote on it.
I just don't like voting on something I hadn't read
That's
or
right, I
know
feel
anything
you, I
about.
understand.
Kinda like you in the letter,
That's.
I understand, I don't have a problem with
Are they gonna
it.
send
It
you
could,
for us to look at?
could be coming in higher, lower.
Oh,
if it came in
Lynch, that's
significantly
one,
higher,
we
what
started
would do is
probably
probably
a while ago, we
limit it,
started
limit
at
it
Seventh
on limits
Avenue and
where,
went down to West Side Drive
the entire
originally.
project doesn't have to be constructed. If
And,
it came in lower.
we didn't have
you
the
could actually
money,
add to it.
so-
there's a little bit of, variability
Okay, so these are just numbers you all trying to.
there. That's the,
Okay.
we have,
City of
several
Martin.
other similar projects at this scale, and that's kind of what we're seeing.
Got a question here.
Yes.
Under number 7, TLM will provide any level of observation requested by the city of Martin?
I'm sorry,
Monthly
yeah.
progress?
Yeah, no, that should be Humboldt.
And be percentage complete, et cetera, on an hourly rate basis?
Yes.
No disrespect to Alderman McNeil, but that's why, I think we need to have that reviewed.
No, man, I ain't taking no offense to nobody on nothing, I
Hey,
just want something to happen.
I'm with you, brother.
Yeah.
We're working on that
I
thing for
want
so
something to happen
long.
too. Now, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I just don't wanna
Every time.
vote on something I don't know about. I wouldn't buy a house until I did my homework.
Hey, if we get in there, if you all approve it,
Well, Mayor, can
We
we
can
take,
make that a-
Ms. Marquita, can we vote on attention to go, until this get done? We can vote on to move forward with attention, can we?
Contingent.
With attention?
But Jake, didn't you say we can start, you can go ahead and start
Yeah,
without it?
I mean, I can do some, knowing that this is coming, if we're talking about the next couple of weeks here, there's some things that we can go ahead and get started to where
Yes, sir.
I don't have a problem. The survey would be a difficult one to go ahead and do so we're not under contract. I don't wanna move
Yeah.
quite too far ahead.
Yes, I see.
But I think we can get everything knocked out before January. That shouldn't be a problem.
And Mayor,
Where do these basic service fees come in this?
I'm sorry?
Where do these basic service fees?
Yeah, so this would.
$54,000, where does it
$54,000
come?
would fall under the design, inspection, and survey.
Get started, we review it.
So you got, designs 24, 30,
make a motion.
54, okay.
Let's do a roll call.
Roll call.
can we just vote on opinion, what's the proper word for it, Ms. Marquita?
Contingent.
Contention?
Contingent.
Okay, I'm gonna ask the board to let's vote on the contingent for him to get started
You
on
wanna
it.
look at it? Or
And then it can always bring it back to us. What do you think, sir?
Contingent on what?
Can you do a roll call?
On this, on the document that he gave you right here. That he
Well,
want,
we
that
already
you want
found a
to look
mistake
at.
in it, so.
Huh?
We've already found a mistake in it, so we'll.
Right, but that's mean I say on the continuance, that we can vote on the continuance, and then,
Continuing
yeah,
on
then
what?
everybody can vote on it.
Continuing on what?
Till he get the documentation to all of us.
We're gonna have it reviewed by an attorney, or? I'm not trying to be difficult, okay? I just want us to be in line and do what's right and not have something come back on us 6 months from now or whatever.
Board, if,
And I don't think 2 weeks is gonna make that big a deal or a difference.
and if we really wanted to get going on it, we get you a copy. You can, review it. We can have a special call board meeting, last 10 minutes, you can vote up or down, we'd be gone. We can do that as well.
I'm in favor of that. Give us all time to look at it.
Mm-hmm. It'd be easy, we'll just, y'all just say, I'm ready, and we'll just meet. We'll put it, the advertisement and everything, special call, we'll have one agenda item. And, I think that would help us all, Mr. Leon, that'd get you, closer a weekend, instead of waiting 2 weeks. We'll get it next week.
Well, Monday's a holiday.
Yeah, we get it by, say, we'll just
Friday?
reach out to you, Wednesday or Thursday, I'm good.
So you don't wanna do a continuance?
I'm good with it. I love, the democratic rule. Y'all vote on it. Y'all wanna make a motion, somebody wants to make such motion to, vote on it and do a roll call?
I so move we vote on it and do a roll call vote with a continuance, with the plans that they have laid forward, to be brought back to the board for all of us to have a copy of these plans.
All right, so, everything Mr. Leon said, we have such motion to, a continuing, see,
Approve the proposal contingent.
And that's if, I don't know how we're gonna word that to make it, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna vote, if y'all like it, it's a yes, after the fact, so.
Ms. Marquita, since you gotta have type of notes, what type of word will you put in there for that documentation?
Would a week be any different to have a special call meeting? I mean,
Well, I ain't
7, 8
trying to
more
make-
days?
I ain't trying to make nothing difficult, I'm happy to see us moving forward. We've been, and the mayor knows, everybody on the board knows, we've been putting this horse to death.
Yes, sir.
For
And I'm all-
years, for
and
the
I'm-
last couple of years. It seems like every time we get a door open, it's always something,
If
every time.
If I may, I don't know if your special call meeting would be next Wednesday or Thursday, but I don't know if it makes a difference between Wednesday and Thursday to that Monday. For us, I mean, that's not giving us,
Okay, I'll put it like this here, I withdraw it. Mayor?
Yes, sir.
It's on you.
It's on me, I like that, Mr. Leon.
Okay, it's on you then.
I tell you what, board, this was a discussion,
It's-
and I have heard, up and down the board without them saying much, that they feel like that we need to, look at this. If there's any issues, we can, just let an attorney look at it, that's fine. And so, I would say, let's just give that a try. Jake, you gonna get that, I know how you, is on names and stuff on contracts, get that straightened up on there. And, we'll get the board a copy. And we're gonna, we'll do, we'll do a special call next week if y'all in town or where we can.
Well, Mr. Jake just said it ain't gonna make too much difference the days. We can put it on the regular board meeting.
I've heard 2 September 9th. If I got another one down
You
there, I
got
just
another one.
didn't.
Come on,
We
man.
got,
Put it on
all right,
the-
we're gonna have this back
September
on September the 9th
I'll have to correct first.
as, an agenda item for y'all to vote on. Is
All
that
right.
good?
That's fair enough.
Mr. Leon, it'll all gonna be good in the end, I brother.
Okay, I
All right.
appreciate it.
Okay, so, all right, thank you, Jake, and thank you,
Thank you,
board.
Jake, for the work you're doing.
Get that, and, we'll get us a good copy there, we'll distribute it to the board, and, we'll talk to the board about, make sure y'all can be there that day. And it'll be in and out. We have to advertise it, so, good, and that's a good job there. Do we have a citizen concern? All right,
Before we adjourn, I just wanted to congratulate Ms. Marquita Patterson on
Yes.
her
Yeah.
certificate here, State of Tennessee Municipal Clerk and Recorder. Congratulations.
yeah, congratulations, proud of you. Yay. Board, I want to remind you, the opening ceremony for the 159th State Fair, the oldest fair in the South, is 6 o'clock.
That's 53 minutes.
I so move with adjourn.
Oh, wait, so we adjourn, thank you.
You second?
Second, yeah.